So I'm here today with Sida. So
Because
you're the UI designer, lead
yeah,
developer, and founder of Partiko.
but basically yes.
Okay, introduce yourself then. We'll take a few moments to get to know you and Partiko.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, thanks Stella for having me. I know we've been talking a lot on Steam, but it's good to finally see you in person. So my name is Sida, and I used to work at Airbnb as a software engineer, and I'm also the founder of Particle. So a little bit background about me. I got into the crypto space in June 2016. I looked into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I was very interested and passionate about the real applications of crypto. So I think one interesting thing I did in July 2017 was I went to Japan to see how people are using Bitcoin, and
Oh,
yeah, I actually bought some stuff with it, but the more I use it, the more I realize coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they might have some fundamental difficulties for mainstream to understand, not just because of the technology, but because how they're being used. Right? They're like there's password, there's private keys, there's 12th world mem phrase, and all those sorts of things, which like normal people can never understand. And the only real thing people are using them for is they're using them for trading and investment purposes. So, and then I thought like how can we actually like use crypto for something valuable, right? So and then I ran into Steem. I mean, I first ran into Steem in 2016, but it was like the technology was sort of hard to understand for me back in the day. So I didn't look very deeply into that until the beginning of this year. So I took another look at it, and I realized, okay, this is something interesting. This is like an entire virtual economy, right? There's money being generated, there's money being distributed, and everybody has a say of how the money are being distributed. I think that's very fascinating, and people earn crypto instead of
yeah.
like so earning crypto is a cool way because you worry less about the volatility, and I think that's a very interesting way, and that's a very promising solution for mainstream adoption. So that's why I started to look into that. The more I looked into that, the more I realized the user experience, the usability part is really missing. So that's exactly
Yes.
I'm really good at. I've been
Yeah. Yes. It's like yeah. Okay, so that's a really good thing for all the Steamians to know is that you saw that the user experience was like the worst thing in Steam, which is true. And those are your skill sets. And so you came in and said, hey, I could fill in that niche. That's exactly what I thought. When I found Partico, I said, this is the missing piece that we have all been wanting since day one. Your app. I, I'm not joking. Like this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted private chats, a way to surf quickly, and that's not slow. We never had this before. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I really appreciate that. Like all our hard work are well received by the community. I think that's great. So yeah, that's basically me and Particle, and we have Android and iOS, and people are like people are like you know trying our apps. They're talking about it. I think that's great. So yeah.
okay, so all right, let's go into the questions. I think that might be a good time to go segue. Okay, by far the most popular question is one of mine. How are you going to deal with the points that users are earning in Partico and convert those to upvotes? Do you have the mechanics figured out, or are you in the middle of doing that?
Actually, I just remotely demoed the latest features yesterday at a Steam Creators Conference, so I'm happy to show it to you now. And it's already like ready to publish. I think we just do that in the timeline schedule because right now iOS is going through the Easter egg giveaway. So once that's finished, the Android app will go out. So there's a point when you publish an article, you can choose how you want to use points. You can expand the bottom sheet, and it will allow you to choose how many points you want to redeem to. So when you click on that button,
Okay.
you will be presented this a slide bar to let you adjust how many points you want to use. So right now, if you use 5,000 points, you're gonna get an upvote that's worth about 37 cents, which we think is a lot. So as long as you are active, you can earn upvotes, and as Particle get more like Steem powers or delegations, the value can go up because that upvote is coming from us. So
okay, I got it. Okay.
So if you choose that, I can just choose any amounts. For now I chose like 200, like 40 for. I might want to adjust the light a little bit, so brightness a little bit. So right now I chose 244 points, and the damn, it's like overexposure. So so the upvote I'm going to get is like 1.8 cents. So I mean I can just do that very, very easily when I publish, and that's the
okay.
only extra step I need to do. And once I published, there will be a dedicated tab under the points tab. So there used to be like points, and there used to be a leaderboard, which leaderboard is cool, people look at all the time. But now we're adding a redeem tab, so that once you click into one of those items, you can see at which time you spent how many points and how much upvote you got.
Okay.
So,
okay, that seems pretty fair because it rewards people who are really active.
Yeah, it's a currency system because currency is something you create out of thin air, and as long as people recognize the value, it is worth something. So the activity on Particle is worth something to us, right? And we want to make them.
Right.
we want to make them worth something to our users. So, and that's where the point system comes in. It's a bridge to connect the values, and we're not just like, even if we don't do like redeem points, the points can still be valuable because like once we add more premium features, like what if we allow you to add more tags in a single post, we can ask you to spend some points. And after we have the messaging system, we can use points to stop people from spamming. So the points, they are already like valuable in the system.
Right.
We are taking a step further, so that to let users redeem the points for upvotes, so that they can so it becomes more tangible, and it increases users to engage more. So that's basically the idea.
Right, because really you're solving the big problem, which is new users get on, they don't know the whales. The whales have stopped engaging, really. So actually there's no way to earn right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's becoming like so hard, and so that's why 90% of the people end up quitting.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious that there's a massive problem that could be solved.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, because a lot of the Steem powers, they're like just sitting there, because so we have some like Steem powers that if you don't do nothing, it's gonna be, the voting powers will be wasted, right? So instead of sitting there, so there are a certain number of points that's being generated every day, and there's like 20% of voting power you can spend every day. So that's how we match the currency. That's how we do the exchange rate, right?
Right.
So there's a certain number of upvotes we can give out every day, and there's a certain number of points that's being generated every day. So that is how we calculate the exchange rate. So.
Oh, okay, awesome. All right, let's get to some of the other questions. From Mahir Bharat and Steem Flow, they asked, when will wallet detail, like the fact you can see a wallet, you can send Steem and power down, when will those features, do you think, be added, or will they?
Definitely at the end of 2018, I would say. So
Okay.
as soon as possible, because I think in September, one of our like biggest focus is the point redeem system and
Yeah.
the messaging system and the referral
Yes.
program. So those are the three like main focuses in September. And
I'm
in
sorry,
October,
I missed it. It was the Steam, excuse me, the point redeem system, the private messaging. Is that going
uh,
to be encrypted or no?
so the private, it will for sure be encrypted end to end. So you don't need to worry about like even if somebody gets, I don't know, like so, I mean, it's like very standard. Like every messaging app does the same thing, so it's all encrypted. So yeah,
Okay, and then the third thing was, I'm sorry,
referral program.
referral. Okay, I
Yeah,
got it.
it's a great way for Particle users to get more points. So
Okay, awesome. All right, the next question is, when will multiple photos be added? And many people asked about that.
yeah, so Android and iOS already like have that like basic component built out, and Android is looking to integrate that in the next release, which is coming up like in 2 days. So
Oh my
I can
God. Okay.
give you a little bit of an idea right now. So right now, there's like add photo, there's like multi photo here when you
Oh,
publish.
got it. Cool. From Christy Glass, she
Mhm.
asks, is there a way to remove the posted by Partico
Uh,
tagline?
yes, yes.
Or let's
So
talk about pros and cons of removing
okay,
that.
okay, okay. So I have a yeah. I mean, I appreciate the opportunity because now I can express my opinions publicly about that small little thing. So actually, I'll tell you the story behind it, and I'll tell you our plan on it. So basically, it's a very classic growth strategy. If you're from the Silicon Valley, you're very familiar with that. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
um, um, and we not only did we learn that from like the old classic group, but people within the Steam community, they're already doing that. Like, like I think Steam Press, Steam Shot, they all
Yes.
have that under their post. Particle is taking a step further to add that under the comment section. Um, so I think that's where people are getting annoyed. And although Particle Android and Particle iOS users are already able to remove that, but they have to like take an extra step to edit the comment and remove that. It's like you cannot publish and don't have that. So, I think that's what people are sort of unhappy about. Um, and every coin has two sides. And I also like to say that there are still a lot of people who really like that, surprisingly enough, because this small little thing that helps you identify particle users. Because
Yes.
yeah, once we saw that,
I'm in that group where I like it because
yeah,
Partico has made my life so much easier that I want to share that with other people and make them realize I'm actually a human being, number one. That's the other thing. It indicates that a human has commented instead of a bot.
oh yeah, for sure.
So that's like a big plus right there. Yeah.
Of course. So yeah, there are two sides to it. So um, and now we already have like this many users. We have like 3,000 daily active users. So we cannot like easily make one change and piss off half of our users. So I think the plan is to definitely add option to remove that, but it has to be done in the right way. So basically, Particle will still need that small little thing to grow for another certain period of time. So, like as Particle, we will still allow users to have that. And I mean, Particle is free, and we're not like taking any cuts. So maybe this is the only price you have to pay. So maybe this is the only price you have to pay. And you will have people who don't like to see that, people who don't like to see the small little thing, they will have will build out a portal so that they can express their unhappiness, and we can make sure that when people are commenting them, the tag will not be added. So if you don't want to see the tag, when people comment, you don't see the tag. So that's something we want to build out. And another thing we want to build out is for users who are like already using Partiko, like if you're using the app, we have a plan to not showing the tag because you're already using the app, and the app can do something a little more smart to indicate that this post is from Partiko in a less obtrusive way. So
Okay.
So that's basically the plan to remove that. So we will add the option to remove that. We will still default that to having that small little tag. You can choose to remove it if you want.
Yeah.
And people who don't like to see it, there will be a place for them to
Okay. Okay, and you were saying that Roland, the witness and the organizer of Steamfest, gave you some advice?
Yeah, because Partiko is sponsoring Steamfest, so that's how I started the conversation with him. And he also brought this up, the post using Partiko tag, and he said, it's good to give people the option to remove that, and I totally agree. And he gave us a very useful advice, which we didn't notice before, is that we need to change the link from an external link to an internal link. So what it means is that the post using Partiko tag, there will be a link that's directed to either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. So to help people directly download the app. That's like the original idea behind the link. But when people see external links, especially on Steem or Busy.org, it's like it adds a little like uncertainty because
suspicion. Is this trustworthy?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's an external. There's a small little like triangle like pointing at the upper right.
Yes.
That's indicating it's external link, and that's not good. And plus, nobody's actually clicking on those links because the whole thing is not about telling them to download right away, because people will never do that. If you just tell them to download, they will never do that.
Right.
People see the link many times, and then they decide to check out for themselves. So I think there's no point of directing them directly to the App Store. So that's why we have already changed the link to a steemit.com link. So we created two Steem accounts. So one is called Partiko Android, the other is called Partiko iOS. So the Partiko Android link will go to the Partiko Android Steem account, and the Partiko iOS link will go to the Partiko iOS Steem account, so that it's like within the site, it's safe, and there won't be an external link symbol on the link, and you can still see how to download once you go to the Partiko Android and the Partiko iOS page. So I think that's a very nice little step that we have taken to address these concerns, because people do worry that like spammers will, like fishers will use that thing to fish other users.
Oh, right.
Now we are making it an internal link, so you never have to worry about it. If you see an external link, you can still be suspicious. You can not click on it. So.
Okay. Yeah, that seems good. Okay.
Yeah.
And from Holozar, he asked the question, what's the number one reason I should be using Partiko instead of any other Steem window? That means any other Steem website or app. Why should we use Partiko?
So yeah, great question. So that's something we have to always keep in mind when we make Partiko. It's a couple of reasons, but the number one reason I will give is still the superior user experience, right? It seems very, I don't know, if you talk to people outside of crypto, it seems very stupid, but the reason is fast, it's clean, it's beautiful design, it doesn't crash.
Right.
It does what it says it does. So I think it's reliable. It's something you can trust. It gives you notifications. You never miss out any notifications. So I think if that's compelling enough to you, you should give it a shot. So there are like other reasons I would still like to mention. Partiko has this own point system, and it's very engaging. It's very fun to play with, and we're going to add some very cool features. Like I'm really excited about those features. And
which ones are you excited about? The chat, like you don't know how excited people know what they have a chat function on Steam. Like this is revolutionary for us.
Oh yeah. So for sure, chat is definitely something we're going to build right into Partiko, so that probably gives you one more reason to use Partiko. And the exciting feature I'm talking about is even, I think, it solves the discoverability problem. So because I think that's a cool thing about open system, where you can do all the innovations you want, and I think that's really beautiful. So
awesome.